welcome back to the channel, and today what I wanted to do was just a very quick kind of bit of a terminal tackle review mixed with a little bit of a how-to. The piece of tackle I want to review is the Trident Roto Clip. Essentially a kind of fixed as in fixed bait clip, the fixed part being you can fix your hook into position, you can put your rig on the ground, slacken the rig, and it'll still be fixed. You can pick it back up, clip it on, whack it out, it'll not come undone. Now, in the past, I've used various components, imps, splashdowns, canny links, and even genie rig clips. Canny links, great, very effective for rough ground when you want to minimise the amount of gear. Imps, good invention, good design. I do like them. I used to use them. Problem was I was finding, and it might be my casting, admittedly, they were coming undone mid-cast. The splashdown, again, great invention, but similarly they were getting a bit loose over time. Sometimes they weren't coming undone, and it just wasn't. I just needed something else. So when I got my hands on some of these Roto clips, I could see straight away they're in a different league to how to some of the other bits of equipment. So the reason I say that is there's a hell of a lot of, don't get us wrong, there's a lot of product design and thought that goes into every bit of tackle, but for me personally, I just really like these. The first thing I would say, which is more of a how-to in terms of how to use them, they're designed to be used with either, that's a Trident terminaling or just a genie clip, any sort of clip, basically something metal, something wire to go in there. And the reason for that is because it's a captive, sorry, it's a very windy today. It's a captive bit of kit. Now what that means is this piece of metal inside is free moving. So you move that down, clip your sinker in, and then clip your bit of metal in the top of there. Yeah, as I say, your wire clip or whatever. What that also means is these aren't designed to be stored in rig wallets. You clip them onto your sinker, half a dozen sinkers, put them into your sinker holders, and then you can choose which one, and they just sit like that. The reason they're designed, because when you're casting, the pressure of the cast will move that plastic slightly. If you imagine that's a moulded entrance to that component there, and you've got two right angles at either side, 90 degrees. So if you're using mono, say 60-pound mono, into that moves during the cast. It's just going to slice into the mono and it'll come off. So if you have used these and you're wondering why that's happened, it's because they're designed to be used with a clip. Also, if you use mono, it can potentially fray the ends and damage the component, which is obviously not what you want. Now, these will take up to I think it's about a 1.8 mil diameter hook, which in some hook patterns is probably up to about 10-0. If you're using a big meat hook, it's probably 4 or something like that. Point being though, it will accommodate the majority of hooks that you're going to use. This, I haven't found for me, these to come undone mid-cast. Other components have. As I say, maybe it was me cast, I don't know. But these have been absolutely bulletproof. Now, that's a very nice, easy sort of, you can get that on your thumb, push it into place, and it'll cast like that. And because it's got a decent sort of size fin on it there, if you like, they are pretty fail-safe. The other really nifty design, once that hits the water, it'll hit it like that. You can see that's released. When you start reeling back in, obviously your hook and everything is hopefully in the mouth of a fish. You start reeling that back in, the water resistance pushes on that side and it'll straighten right up. So it comes through the water a lot easier, and it'll slide over snags, rocks, weed, and reduce your chances of tackle losses. The other reel's just started clicking, but I suspect it's weed. If you look in here, I don't know if you can see that, there's a sort of green frictional rubber sleeve, which is what keeps that moving part nice and tight. There's a lot of thought and design that's gone into this. Now, the other thing I would say is, if you drop your reel in the sand and then strap it to your rod and cast out, you wouldn't really expect it to work, would you? Probably not. Same goes for this. If you've got these lying around on the beach, they've got sand in, then it's generally, well, it's not generally, it is angler error, not component error. Like any bit of kit that moves, it's down to you to make sure that they're not full of sand and grit and that they're nicely free flowing. So if you're looking for a new bait clip or something different, I definitely recommend trying out the Trident Roto Clip. Fantastic bit of kit. You can get them pretty much most tackle shops. I think you can get them online on the Trident website. Really, really good. They come in a range of colours. They're a British design, British manufactured, and they're really, really effective for the type of fishing, certainly that I do. Hopefully that helps. Give them a crack, see what you think. Tight lines.